Hello everyone, in this video we're going to look at the section 2.5. Although we do have a lot of sections, 3 sections per week, but all the problems that I've seen so far, not really hard, okay? You just have to understand the definitions of linear function. It's just very simple linear function. For each homework, I would say usually it takes about at most 1 hour, 1.5 hour for the chapter 2 sections. Okay, you don't really have a lot of calculations. Basically, rise over run can solve half of the problems from what I can see. I don't leave the graph of that. In the section 1, positive rise over run, wait, 1/2, so it's this one. And rise over run, you have to look at the rise over run. Rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2, rise over run. Okay, so write the equation for the line passed through this point whose slope is undefined. A slope is undefined means x never change. Okay, means x never change. But y is changing, but x never change. X never change means what? The slope is undefined means something over 0. Okay, means dy over 0 is undefined. So x never change means x is constant. X is constant give you x equals -10. The equation is x equals -10. Next one, write the equation for vertical line. Okay, so the vertical line x never change, x equals 5. Number 4, write the equation for the line described y-intercept 0, so slope-intercept form mx plus b. Now m is 0, so y equals 0x plus intercept is 1/4. So final answer is just 1/4. You see, when you do this kind of problems, it takes about 5 minutes to do all of them. The slope of the line, you just do y equals -3/5x. The slope is -3/5. Okay. If you do the computer, it's even faster. -3/5. And you can draw the picture rise over run. Go 0, 0, 0, 0, rise -3, 1, 2, 3. Rise 3, run to the left 5. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The graph of the function is shown like this. The slope is rise over run +2. Because you see rise over run, rise 1, 2, 1. So rise over run. Rise over run is 2/1. Intercept -1, because the y-intercept is -1, and the y-intercept is -1 here, okay? So it's -1. The x-intercept is +1/2, between 0 and 1 in the middle is 1/2. Okay, fx is half of x because the intercept is, oh wait, my bad. So slope intercept form y equals mx plus b. Now everything is given, so fx equals y equals mx. M is slope is 2. 2x plus intercept is 1, so it's 2x minus 1. So this is your answer. Okay, so number 7. Write the equation slope-intercept form A and B and C. Okay, this requires a little bit of work. Passing through one point, so the point is given, but we don't know what is the slope. Point slope formula, but what is the slope? It says perpendicular to 3x plus 5y equals 1. We can find out the slope for this one. So you find the slope of this one is 5y equals -3x plus 1. Y equals -3/5, x plus 1/5. For this one, we got the slope is -3/5. How about there's another line perpendicular to this? If it's perpendicular line, the slope is opposite reciprocal. Okay, opposite reciprocal. Okay, I think it's to write on opposite reciprocal is basically you have m1 times m2 equals -1. Opposite, flip it over. So the line that perpendicular to this one, the slope is opposite is positive, flip it over is 5/3. This is the slope we are going to use for the line. Okay, so we have the slope, we have the point 17. So now we find the slope-intercept form. Y minus 7 equals 5/3 x minus 1. The slope-intercept form, so we have to simplify this a little bit. Y minus 7 equals 5/3 x minus 5/3. Add both sides on 7, add 7. So you have y equals 5/3 x minus plus 7 is 21/3. 21 minus 5 is 16/3. So it's 5/3 x plus 16/3. Oh, I forgot the y part. Y equals. Okay. And the equation of the standard form is ax plus by equals c. So what do we need to do? We just multiply everything by 3. Okay, so we got 3y equals 5x plus 16. Now the standard form is ax plus by equals c. So you can shift this one to this side. You got -5x, subtract both sides from 5x. Okay, so -5x plus 3y equals 16. Sometimes it might ask you a is positive. Let's see if it's okay. -5x plus 3y. -5x plus 3y equals 16. Oh, it does say okay. So this has to be positive. So I have to divide everything by -1. So 5x minus 3y equals -16. I think this is what it asks for. It needs to ask you the x coefficient is positive. Okay. Sometimes they do ask you that. So just divide everything by -1 again. You'll be fine. So positive becomes negative, negative becomes positive. Okay. So that's it. Number 8. Okay, the chart right shows the country's annual egg production. Model and data in chart with the linear function using 2 points. Next x represents the year, while x equals, okay, so first you have 0, 5, 1.7. Now, okay, then 4, 60.2. Basically, yeah, won't ask you find out the equation. Use the equation as a variable. Okay, so first we need to find the slope. Slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What do we have here is y2 is 6.2 minus 51.7 over 4 minus 0. So use your calculator, find out that 6.2 minus 51.7, which is a 5, and 9 minus is 8. Okay, 8.5 over 4, which is 2.125. 8.5 divided by 4, 285.14025. Yes, 2.125. That's how you find the slope. Once you find the slope, then you have the intercept. So y equals 2.125x plus the intercept is x equals 0. Y is your intercept, so it's plus 51.7. So that should be your function. y equals 2.125 x plus 51.7. Okay, so then what is the predicted production 2000? So 2000 x equals what? This is x. 94 equals 0, 95 is 1. Continue, and you got 2000. 1995, okay. 2000 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So x equals 6. Plug x equals 6 into the function. Your y value is going to be 2.125 times 6 plus 51.7. Use a calculator, find this number, you can get it. Okay. Solution set is the easy one. X plus 1 equals 2x plus 2. Solve that. Shift this one to this one is x. This one to the other side is 1. So x is 1. Okay, to me. X plus 1 equals 2x plus 2. Oh, negative 1. So we got x equals negative 1. Let me stop here for a second. Right, let's continue here. Two lines, neither of which is vertical, are perpendicular only if the slope have a product of negative 1. That's what we said, opposite reciprocal. Okay, so d of OP. And this one, find expression for the distance of OP. So OP, this is a P, right? So let's just start a new one. Distance formula is going to be, you can use, what do we call it? You can use Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So for the P point, x coordinate is x1 squared plus y coordinate is m1 x1 squared. So OP equals x squared plus m1 squared x1 squared. I believe that's what you have to type in. Square root of. Okay, so x 1. Oh, nope. Next one, go that, and then square. Plus m. It's a little bit time consuming to type in here. M1 square x 1. Then I have to square again. Okay. So in the same idea, you got OQ. Q is which point? Is that point? So it's going to be x2 squared plus m2 x2 squared. Use Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Hypotenuse is square root of a squared plus b squared. Right? Then you have OQ. Let's just keep going. Well, it takes a long time to type in that. I want to know what is next. It should be the answer I gave you here, but I want to continue once to what's next. Find an expression for PQ. So PQ is going to be square root of those two again. So it's the square root of PQ is the hypotenuse of those two. So PQ square equals OP square plus OQ square. So then you take a square root of these two. So square of that plus that. So it's going to be OP square this, MP square is this square plus this square. Let me see which one give you that. PQ have used the p square x1 square plus x2 square plus m1 x1 square plus m2 x2 square. So basically give you x1 square plus x2 square plus m1 square plus, oh, because if you square both, you don't have that. So it's just equals x1 square pq. Okay, x1 square plus, oh, if you use the distance formula directly for those two, it's just x1 m1 x1. The other two is x2 m2 x2. Use the distance formula, d equals square root of y2 minus y1 square. So it's m2 x2 minus m1 x1 square, and plus x2 minus x1 square. Okay, so let me see. Match it. x2 x2, oh, plus, my bad. Yeah, I just pay attention, plus minus. Wait. Oh, the plus minus is this is what I wrote here, but it's the same thing. I just didn't choose the right one, but it's exactly what I wrote on the board. Okay, so use the result from the 6, 9 and substitute the equation Pythagorean theorem. So basically, dop square, doq square, and subtract those two. Basically, it means you plug everything this square and subtract this one. See what you got? Okay. So basically, you square the top. The op square is x1 square plus m1 x square plus x2 square plus m2 square x2 square minus the other one. So it's x1 op square. You just plug in. So op square plus oq square, okay, equals pq square. That's what it says. Okay, this one will equals x1 minus x2, it doesn't matter because it's square, plus m1 x1 minus m2 x2 square. Okay, then you simplify it. This one also give you, the right hand side also have x squared plus x2 square, and minus 2x1 x2. Also have m1 square x1 square plus m2 square x2 square plus minus 2m1 m2 x1 x2. So left side have x1 square, right hand side have x square, x2 square, x2 square. Because left and right is the same, you can subtract them at the same time. This one and this one canceled, this one and this one canceled. So final answer is just 2x1 x2 plus 2m1 m2 x1 x2 equals 0. So what you need to type in here is this part, 2m1 m2 x1 x2. Okay, then you continue. I think you can solve for, in the end, you continue solve that. You divide everything by x1 x2. You get 2m1 m2 plus 2 equals 0. Divide everything by x1 x2. Divide x1 x2, and then you get m1 m2 equals -1. Okay, I think that's what it asks you to do. All right. Determine whether the following 3 points are collinear by using slopes. So slope 1 equals, if they're the same slope, they might be in the same point. Okay, the same slope. Okay, the first one, slope 1 is -8 minus -3. x2 is -3 minus 0, which is -5 over -3, which is 5 over 3. Second one, m2 equals negative, okay, we just use 1. 1 minus y1 -8, x2 is 2 minus -3, which is 9 over 5. They're not the same coefficient, not the same slope. Okay, we have the same same function coming out again. Check the reset button, click drag the right point. We don't really need to look at the point if it gives me a lot of information in here. So slope equals -7. Point is 2, 5. The other point is 3c. I just need to use the formula y2 minus y1, 5 minus 3, 2 minus 3. This equals the slope -7. Solve for c. And you got this 5 minus c over -1 equals -7. So you got 5 minus c equals +7. C equals -2. So that's what you need. You don't really need to look at the picture if you can't. Sometimes. Okay. This one, does it give any information? A line with a positive slope and a y-intercept of will have which of the following? A positive slope right here, okay, like this, 0, -3, positive slope, have a positive x-intercept. You see this point is positive. Oh, it gives everything. That's good. I don't have to look at the picture. So y equals -2x minus 3. Use the graph determine c, so that point is a point on the line. So c, -7 is on the line. Plug it into the equation. -7 equals -2 times c minus 3. We got c equals, solve that for c equals 2. And this one, y equals -4x plus 6. And drag the line to -3, 1. Select perpendicular, check show a line box. Say what point do they intersect the point. Okay, probably you need to look at the line, but even without the point, I think I can still work it out. Okay, so this is y equals -4x plus 6, and the perpendicular is going to be -1, so it's +1 because they're perpendicular. X plus a number, I don't know yet, but I can plug this number into it because this is on the line. Say what is the intercept. Then you have 1 equals 1/4 -3 plus b. Then you got a b equals 7/4. Solve that. Okay, so your equation is y equals 1/4 x plus 7/4. Multiply everything by 4. You got 4y equals x plus 7. This is the first equation. Second equation, y equals -4x plus 6 is given. The function is given. So let's solve this one. Solve this one and multiply this by 4. So the 4y equals -16x multiplied by 4, 24. Then subtract it. So 0 subtracted is 17x, subtracted this is -17. So x equals 1. Once x equals 1, y equals 2. Plug x equals 1 into here. You got y equals 2. So the solution is 1 and 2. Well, if you use the graph, if you can use the graph, I think you can read that point actually is 1 and 2. Okay. So basically you can do, what you can do, if it gives you enough information without looking at the picture, you still can work it out. Find the second perpendicular equation and solve those two equations. Last one. Appear to have a linear equation because they are on the line. Wait. Not a linear. Sample data completely went through. A linear cube, no relation, no. It's either a linear equation or quadratic equation. So x equals 1, y equals 1. It probably have a quadratic equation because I cannot really see. It might be like x goes there like that. Okay. I thought it's going to be a linear, but it says it's quadratic equation maybe. No. Not quadratic, no linear. It says cube. I can't see the number. Is it maybe a cube? It should have equation. Yeah, okay. So the actual data for 4 lines, well, you have to see the curve. Okay. I can't see it. The line is above 44. It doesn't have a line. If you click, it is very easy to see the picture. Okay. I think you try your best, and if you have the CDF player, you can see it for sure. It should not be a very hard problem. Anyway, this is for this section.